Saratoga County boasts a rich history of the United States fight for freedom, magical mineral springs, and an equine industry that was developed around thoroughbred horse racing.
The initial draw for visitors coming to Saratoga Springs was actually the mineral springs that occur naturally and they bubble up from the earth. Beginning of the 1800s, people believed that these springs held the possibility that they could cure several different ailments. And once people started coming here, then of course you have the grand hotels being built, and all of the visitors that were staying here now needed to be entertained. And what better way to do that than gambling? So in 1863, an Irish immigrant from Troy named John Morrissey put together the very first thoroughbred meet in Saratoga. And somehow in the middle of the American Civil War, he was able to put together a successful thoroughbred meet. And it's a tradition that continues today.
A tradition that still stands, but has also grown beyond anything that could have been imagined at the time. Once a city known originally for its mineral springs, Saratoga has grown to be synonymous with horse racing. The racing scene on the track, though, is only a fraction of the impact the equine industry has on Saratoga County.
The equine industry is New York's second largest agricultural business. Horse racing specifically is responsible for 19,000 jobs and $3.3 billion in economic impact. In Saratoga County, it's one of the biggest counties for thoroughbred breeding and horse racing in New York. We have many breeding farms throughout this region and many top-tier operations that help produce the many foals that go on to race in New York and throughout the country overall. One racehorse employs a veterinarian, a groom, there's many other jobs in terms of feed companies as well as hay. So it's an industry that provides growth and development for businesses overall, not just horse racing specific, but as well in town with people who buy goods and services.
The Saratoga racetrack brings the best in the equine industry to Saratoga County. The rich lands and geographic location have made it a natural place to breed and raise horses.
We're a commercial breeder of thoroughbred horses. We breed to sell. So our main thing is that we have mares here. We get them covered or impregnated by sires. They'll give birth here, which makes them basically New York breds, and mainly sell them as yearlings, which means they're about 1 year old. Since we're a New York farm, we do try to key around the Saratoga, a sale here for New York breds, which has been very successful over the years. Being here in Saratoga, I mean, obviously it's special being in a world-class track with world-class racing and you're in the horse industry. But what it also does, because of the amount of race activity and people in the horse industry are here, I'll tell you what, you get the services. Like we have world-class clinic that's 5 minutes from here. When you're basically raising horses and trying to raise them at the highest level, it's great to have those local services. Those would not be here if it wasn't for being in Saratoga. Being in Saratoga, we can feed off all those services, which basically makes us hopefully more successful as well.
The incredible success of the equine industry in Saratoga County has led to a community that embraces and builds around it. That passion continues to make Saratoga Racecourse the ultimate destination for owners and trainers at the high end of the thoroughbred industry.
We race all over the country and we try to win big races, but the place that we really want to be, especially in July and August, there's no place like Saratoga. So this is where we live in the summer. This is our focus, and we dream of getting to the winner's circle at a place called Saratoga Springs, New York. Anybody that really talks about being successful in the equine business, of course you talk about, Kentucky, Churchill Downs, and Keeneland. But truly, if you gave anybody truth serum and they were trying to compete at a high level and you asked them, where would you like to be successful at the highest level? Almost inevitable, they would say Saratoga Springs. When you're in the horse business and you can come up here and you can take a breath in July, then you can get ready for the horse sales, you can get ready for the big races, you can get ready for all the confabs, the Jockey Club Round Table, the Museum Ball, all the charity events. It's a place that you can get into in a big way, and I think the one guarantee is that you will be tired at the end of the meet because you have plenty of things to do here in Saratoga Springs.
And once the Saratoga region captures your attention, you keep coming back.
When I was starting out, I was 26 years old, and if you were going to play at the highest level, you had to be at Saratoga. And I remember the first year I came up here, I brought 6 horses, and my father was a trainer back home, and he said, people like us don't win at Saratoga. That year I won 3 races, and then my career just skyrocketed from there. Because if you can win here, you can win anywhere. The original reason for coming was to be a big-time horse trainer. The reason I'm coming 31 years later is that I love Saratoga. I love the people, everything about the place. That you go downtown, it's all about Saratoga and horse racing. The people are so in love with their city, as they should be, and they're so welcoming to us when we come to town. And this is what Tammy and I look forward to every year, is getting back here for a couple of months and not only being a part of horse racing, but racing fans and fans of Saratoga.
Throughout Saratoga County, you will find businesses, organizations, and families that are part of the equine industry.
We have in Saratoga County now a really diverse economy, but at the core of it still is the equine industry. And the horses are back, the trainers are back, and now all the fans are showing up. And that is a big part of our economy, is the production of the races. But more than that, more than what happens at the track, it's everything that happens with the horses off the track. From the veterinarians, from the farmers that grow the hay and the straw, the farmers that are in the breeding business. There's a whole supply chain that exists to support the equine industry. And that is a real job creator for us. And I think there's a tremendous opportunity space for us in Saratoga County and for companies that are coming to Saratoga County, whether that's veterinary medicine, biomed, biotechnology, traditional farming. I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity that exists in that supply chain.
The entire equine industry contributes to the success of Saratoga County, and the opportunities are sure to continue to grow.